everyone, Cornel here and welcome to my Blooming Bakes channel. Today we're going to make some really easy to make cupcakes for Halloween. So get children involved, get your nozzles ready and let's have some fun. Right, first up, let's start with a ghost. All you need is a bit of white buttercream and a Wilton 2D nozzle. And let's try and make a ghost. So I'm going to start with just some piping over each other like that, and you just build up a little ghost figure. Maybe one more. Let's see from this side. There we go. I like that ghost. And let's just give it some eyes. I'm going to just do one more piping over there. Perfect. We're now going to pop on some edible eyes. If you don't have edible eyes, just take a food pen or some food colouring and just paint some eyes onto your ghost. So I'm just going to pop one on there and another one right there. And that is our little ghost. That's one cupcake done. How easy was that? Right, next one. No Halloween is Halloween without a pumpkin. So next we're going to pipe a pumpkin. You can actually use the same nozzle. The 2D will work for this. I'm using the Wilton 1M. And we're going to start from one side of the cupcake and pipe stripes to the other side. So on this side, over to the other side. I've coloured just white, normal white American buttercream. And I've used the Rainbow Dust Pro Gel colours to colour my buttercream. And lastly, just follow the shape of your cupcake case. And then I'm using a smaller version of that nozzle, the Wilton 21. It's also an open startup nozzle, just like the 1M. And we're just going to pipe a little stem for our pumpkin. And onto a Wilton 3. Just for some curly vines. There we go. How cute is that? And again, so easy to make. Right, let's pop that next to the ghost. What next? Let's make a spider's web. Okay, so I've got a nice big bag here with a mix of purple and orange buttercream. It's a Wilton 2D. So I'm just going to give a nice swirl for our cupcake. And then we're going to pipe a spider's web on top. That's a nice orange and purple swirl. And onto some black buttercream. I've popped it in a Wilton 2 bag, and you just pipe a spider's web on top. So let's start with a straight line over like that. And then we just fill in the lines with little concave shapes. There we go. There we've got our spider's web on top of our cupcake. Again, very, very easy to make. Right, next up, I am going to do just a little fancy version of a swirl and sprinkles. So let's get a cupcake ready. I'm just going to move those up. So getting some purple ready. I'm using a Wilton 104 and we're just making some ruffles. Perfect. Move over to your nozzle with the two colors in, the 2D, and we're just going to make a tiny swirl in the middle. Perfect. And I also have a little star tip, a Wilton 21, and I'm just going to add a little bit of detail on one side. And now all that is left to do is just add a bit of sprinkles. So I've got my Halloween sprinkle mix here. Grab your bowl because otherwise the sprinkles will go everywhere. And we are just going to add a little bit of detail. Even with the bowl, it is going everywhere. Perfect. And then I'm just going to take some of the bigger ones. Let's take some ghosts. And that is a very quick but fancy swirl and sprinkles. Let's pop that with the others. Just there. Right, okay, so next up, let's make a mummy. So you will need some edible eyes, and if you don't have those, then just get a little bit of black food coloring just to put some detail on for the eyes. So let's start with that, and we're going to use some fondant as well. So to start with it, I'm just going to cover my cupcake with some normal white buttercream. Perfect. I'm going to pop 2 eyes on. There we go. And now we just have to cut some strips of fondant to make our mummy. So I'm just going to move my other cupcakes out of the way. And we're going to get some white fondant. Just a little ball of fondant. It can be normal shop bought fondant, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just massage it a little bit so it's pliable. Get a little bit of corn flour. I just have a little dust pouch here that I use for my fondant work. Just dust that little bit, and we're going to roll this out. It doesn't have to be equal thickness even. We just need to be able to cut some strips from our white fondant. So this is again where the kids will be so happy to be involved, because it is like playing with Play-Doh, isn't it? So let's cut some strips, and we're going to put it on our cupcake. And now there's no right or wrong here. We're literally going to put some strips on top of our cupcake, around the eyes, and just let it fall off. . cut the rest just a little bit shorter. I'm just cutting off all the little loose ends just to tidy it up, especially if you want to put this in a box with some other cupcakes. Just tidy it up a tiny bit, and there we have our little mummy. How cute is that? Again, so easy to do, so easy. If you didn't have the edible eyes, just pipe some 2 blobs of white buttercream and just put a dot of black food coloring on each, and it will look exactly the same. There's your mummy. One more to go. So, sticking with the fondant, we're going to make a spider. That's of course the one thing that we still have left. We can't have Halloween cupcakes without a spider. We've got the spider's web. So let's just give our little cupcake something. A little swirl of buttercream. And then we'll make a spider that will sit on top. So in the middle, and just go around in a swirl. That's our beautiful orange and purple swirl. Grab some black fondant. Give it a good massage. And we will just make our little spider. You'll need just a little bit of water and a tiny little paintbrush, food safe paintbrush, just to stick all the bits together. Grab some water and a food safe paintbrush. So we're just going to do the body of the spider as a little ball. Little ball of black fondant, there you go. Make a smaller ball for the head. So just put a little bit of water onto your smaller ball, and we're going to stick it to the bigger one. Form the head. There we go. And now we're just making some legs. So 8 legs, and roll it nice and thin, and we're just going to stick it to the bottom of our body. If your fondant is cracking, it just means it's not warm enough, it's not pliable enough. So just give it a little bit of a massage, and we'll make some legs. So for the legs, just roll your fondant in as thin as possible sausage, and we will cut the legs from that. Right. Cut it in 8 pieces, and then you can just roll each one just a little bit thinner, especially the ends, just to be a bit pointy. So let's just add that to our little spider. and just shape it to how you want it. So I want the forelegs to go a little bit forward. The hind legs I want to go backwards. Just push down on the little body just to shape it. Make sure their legs stick at the bottom. And there you have a beautiful spider with shaped legs. Let's just shape that one going forward a little bit and pop that straight onto your cupcake. There we go. So that is your cupcake with a spider on. Let's pop all of this in a tray and I'll show you our little collection. And there we have our beautiful Halloween cupcakes. Very, very easy to do. Children will love it. They will love to get involved. Send me your Halloween cupcake pictures as well. If you've liked this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more from me in the future, please hit subscribe. Happy Halloween!